Lac-Operon gene regulation. This is discovered Jacob and Monod in 1950s. The E. coli which grows on the two nutrients, glucose and the lactose. In the presence of the glucose, it uses first glucose. After the exhaust of the glucose, it can use the lactose. So it is a diaxic method of the consuming these two kinds of the sugars. So the Lac-Operon, which is consisting of three genes, LAC-Z, LAC-Y and the LAC-A, a group of genes which are expressing, it is known as the operon, and whatever the mRNA is synthesized is known as the polycistronic mRNA. In eukaryotes, generally monocistronic mRNA is synthesized, but in prokaryotes the transcription and translation will be takes place simultaneously, and generally we can see the polycistronic mRNA. So here this gene is regulated by the in the form of the promoter and a operator is there in the left side of these three genes. The promoter site, which is useful to binding the RNA polymerase, and an operator site which is useful to bind the repressor. Whenever there is glucose, generally the repressor binds the operator site. Another extreme left side we can see the I gene, regulatory gene. So I gene, which is produces the single peptide, and it is known as the monomer, and it is converted to tetramer, and it binds to the operator site, that is known as the repressor. So like this we can see the whenever there is a glucose is there, the repressor will binds to the operator site. Whenever there is a glucose plus lactose is there, in this case the lactose will be converted into the form of the allolactose by using the galactosidase enzyme. So whatever the lactose which is containing the galactoside bond in the form of the 1,4, and it is converted on allolactose, the galactoside bond in the form of the 1,6 region. So like this, which it is a isomer, it is forming the lactose to allolactose. It acts like an inducer. Inducer will binds to the repressor. Because of that, the repressor will be changed its structure. It is unable to bind in the operator site. So like this, in this Lac-Operon gene regulation, we can see a negative gene regulation. Whenever there is a glucose is there, in this the bacteria can consume only glucose despite it is having the lactose. In presence of the glucose and lactose, even though the lactose metabolism is activated, it won't be expressing at high level. So like this we can see. So whenever the glucose is minus and lactose is present, in that case whatever the repressor is won't bind to the operator site. In the absence of the glucose, the ATP is converted in the form of the cyclic AMP. So the cyclic AMP, which binds with the catabolytic activator protein, and the rate of expression will be increased. So because of that, the three genes will be expressed in the form of the LAC-Z and LAC-Y and the LAC-A. So the LAC-Z gene, which expresses the protein in the form of the galactosidase enzyme, it breaks the lactose into glucose and galactose, and the LAC-Y, which is produces an enzyme that is known as the permease. It is useful to transport the lactose into E. coli cell, and LAC-A, which is producing the transacetylase. Generally, this gene do not have any much known function, or maybe it is useful somewhat detoxification. So like this we can see the three genes will be expressed in case of the lactose metabolism. So whatever the RNA polymerase which is containing in the form of the 2 alpha and 1 beta, beta dash and omega log factors, and whatever the beta and beta dash which is having the weight of the 150 160 kilodaltons, whereas 2 alpha that is 70 kilodaltons, and the sigma factor which is having the 40 kilodaltons, and omega that is in the form of the 10 kilodaltons. So out of these 2 alpha, 2 omega, 2 alpha, 2 beta and omega, this RNA polymerase which binds to the at the promoter site. So these RNA polymerase which is sensitive for the rifampicin, and one of the subunit which is resistant for the rifampicin, that is the beta subunit. So we can take the 2 alpha and beta dash and the resistant beta with omega factor, the RNA polymerase which is now it is becoming the sensitive, becoming the resistant. So like this we can see the RNA polymerase which is consisting of 5 subunits, but the omega subunit may not be having much role. Only 2 alpha, beta and beta dash factors which are much important in the synthesis. And whatever the RNA polymerization initiation will be decided by the sigma factor, the correct site where the transcription is need to be initiated. In addition to this, we can see the transcription termination need to be takes place by using the row independent transcription. At the end of this transcription we can see the GC rich like structures will be formed and the transcription termination will be takes place. And sometimes the transcription termination will be takes place by using the row dependent factor which loads the whatever the RNA, and it will be transcription termination will be takes place. Like this we can see the lac-operon gene regulation which is consisting of it depends upon the presence of the glucose. Whenever the glucose is there, the lactose won't be utilized. In the absence of the glucose, only the lactose metabolism is activated. In addition, we can see the RNA polymerase which binds the at -10 to -35 regions, that is the promoter site where the Tata box like structures are there. So like this, the lac-operon gene regulation which is in the form of the two kinds of the regulations, in the form of the negative gene regulation and the positive gene regulation. In the presence of the glucose, the repressor binds to the operator site. Because of that, the RNA polymerase won't move and won't transcript the LAC-Z and LAC-Y, LAC-A proteins. In the absence of the glucose, in the presence of the lactose, the RNA polymerase will bind to the promoter site, and the repressor won't bind to the operator site because the lactose will be converted to allolactose, because the galactoside which converts the few molecules into lactose into allolactose. Because of that, it acts like an inducer and binds to the repressor. Because of that, the repressor structure is changed, it won't bind to the operator site. Like this, we can also see the certain mutants in the form of the cis dominant mutants. So whatever the we can see the in the form of the uh, operator site whenever it is mutant, even though it is whatever the repressor won't bind to the operator site. Because of that, even in the absence of the lactose metabolite products will be expressed in the form of the LAC-Z, LAC-Y, LAC-A products. In case of the recessive mutants, we can see the repressor which is forming I gene, and if it is a mutant one in the form of the mirodiploids are there, another I gene products which are coming and they are able to bind to the operator site. Because of that, whatever the mutants which are coming from the I gene products, that is the recessive mutants. Wherever the mutants which are coming in the operator site, that is the in the form of the dominant mutants, that is known as the cis dominant mutants which are coming in the operator sites. And the mutants which is coming from the I gene products, that is the trans recessive mutants. Like this, we can see the two kinds of the mutants. We can see dominant and the recessive mutants. So altogether, the lack of operon gene regulation, which consisting of negative gene regulation whenever the glucose is there, the repressor which binds to the operator site, and also we know that the I gene is a constitutive gene which is expresses continuously, and only it is inhibited whenever the glucose is and lactose is there, or in the presence of the only lactose is there. But the gene is activated only in the presence of the lactose and minus glucose. So we know that the positive gene regulation, despite the RNA polymerase binds to the promoter site, it won't be expressed in the presence of glucose plus lactose. Minus glucose plus lactose, the ATP will be converted by adenyl cyclase into cyclic AMP. It binds to the CAP. CAP with CAMP, catabolytic activator protein plus cyclic AMP with RNA polymerase. It is the very actively expressed in the form of the LAC-Z, LAC-Y and the LAC-A. So LAC-Z, which is producing galactosidase enzyme, it converts the lactose into glucose and the galactose. And LAC-Y, which is producing the lactose permease enzyme, which is useful to transport the lactose from the media to the cell cytosol. And transacetylase, which is not having much function, but it is useful maybe detoxification. So like this, lack of operon gene regulated by the in the form of the negative gene regulation and the positive gene regulation. So this E. coli, which can use the two nutrients in the form of the glucose and lactose based on the availability, but whenever the glucose and lactose is there, it first uses the glucose. Whenever it is exhausted, then only the lactose is used. And also we can see the whatever the a group of genes are expressed here, that is known as the operon, and the mRNA is known as the polycystonic mRNA, and the three gene products which are coming at a time, where in eukaryotes we can see generally the mRNA is the monocystonic, and in case of the prokaryotes, the transcription and translation will be takes place at a time. And also we observed in case of the RNA polymerase, which is rifampicin sensitive and rifampicin tolerant. So in case of the rifampicin sensitive, out of the 4 subunits, only the beta subunit which is removed from the tolerant one, and we can see the RNA polymerase which is useful. And also the sigma factor having a role to the proper transcription where the initiation will be takes place. Like this we can see the lac-operon gene regulation, which is consisting of a LAC-I gene, which is a regulatory gene, and a constitutive gene, and it is continuously expressed, and a promoter where the RNA polymerase binds, and operator where the repressor binds, and the three genes LAC-Z and LAC-Y and LAC-A, and these are the three structural genes which are produced in the form of the galactosidase and lactose permease and the transacetylase. Like this we can see the lac-operon gene regulation consisting of these three genes, and it is utilizing the two sugars and based on the availability. It consumes the first glucose followed by lactose. Thank you.